Buzz TV. Real fun day for me. I'm at Yamaha. We're going to talk about some drums, some new stuff, some electronic stuff, some hybrid stuff. So I guess let's start.
All kinds of stuff. Hi, I'm Jim Haler. I'm product manager for acoustic drums at Yamaha in the US. So let's start with the coolest thing that we're doing right now. Is our new Absolute Hybrid Maple. Now, if you look at Yamaha historically, we develop processes, features in our higher end product and bring it down into other more affordable price points. So what we did is we took the hybrid shell technology from our flagship PHX kit and brought it down into the new Absolute series. So what we've done is with the hybrid shell, what that means is two different kinds of woods. So with the toms, snare toms, floor toms, it's a 7-ply shell. You have 3 plies of maple, a ply of African wenge, and 3 more plies of maple. Then the bass drum is 9 plies, so it's 4, 1, and 4. What that harder wood does in the center is it sort of energizes the tone wood, the maple, brings out more of the bottom end, makes the mid-range richer, brings up a little more of the high end, so you get a wider spectrum. So you get a wider dynamic range, a wider tuning range from the beginning all the way around. And what we did with this kit is it was a 3-year development process of building prototypes in different ply configurations and bearing edges and lugs and all that, testing them with a whole bunch of different artists from different styles of music. And we finally came down with what we thought was the ultimate kit, because everything on this drum set was built from the sound up. So we started with making the drums sound as good as we could, and then we worried about colors and looks and stuff like that. So it's all about the sound. So that hybrid shell just makes more out of the maple. We streamlined our yes bracket, so now we have the 3rd version of the yes. We made the metal plate a little smaller, covered it with a composite so we don't hide so much of the finish, but you still get the shock mount value of suspending the drum on the rubber grommets.
Nice.
They're very cool. And we did some of the other things, like the 22 and 24-inch bass drum are available in a 14-inch depth. So guys looking for that vintage punchy bass drum sound can find that. The guy driving the small car to the gig can get a 22 by 14 in the car, So you get, better sound, you get a more usable drum kit. We've got toms and, 2 different depths in our toms, 8 all the way down through. The floor toms we kept with the under square, 14, 13, 16, 15. Bass drums at 18, 16. Some of the things that we brought out from the factory where we launched live custom last year, like the bass drum spurs with the same leg on each side, the piston drive snare strainer, are morphed onto this kit. The hinged floor tom bracket for a more stable grasp on the floor tom leg. No more drum key screws, it's a wing bolt, so it's easy to operate stuff, which is very cool. So, and then we kind of morphed it down to 10 finishes. Rather than having 30 finishes, 20 of them or something you're going to be tired of a year down the road, we figured we would take our time, come up with finishes, and once you buy the kit, 5 years down the road, you still want to look at it.
Exactly.
That's the important thing. The leopard skin with purple hardware might be really cool when you're 18. When you're 28, it's not so cool anymore. So, with this kit, with the orange sparkle, you'll love it when you're 20, you'll love it when you're 50.
And this thing looks like it's going to stand up for a while as well.
Oh yeah, in the prototype testing process, we've got a prototype. We've shipped it all over the world so artists can test it and try it and stuff. It's it's Yamaha, so it's bulletproof.
Pretty much.
That's, what they say, it's not bragging when you can back it up. It's a fact. It's bulletproof, So they're solid, and they sound amazing, and they look amazing. So
very nice.
The other things that we're doing, we'll go over here.
Okay.
We've got one of the new Absolute Hybrid kits in what we call our Red Autumn finish. And this is a concept that we're pushing really hard in the US market. It's called the hybrid kit concept, because we're the only company in the world that can do this. Sort of like we're the only company that can put an entire symphony orchestra on stage and everything is Yamaha. Well, we make, top shelf acoustic and electronics. So what we've done is we've triggered the kick and snare, run through our GTX 502 module. We've got our M12 with some extra pads running off of it, because in a live situation, a lot of times at a small club, you can't really mic up your whole kit, but you want to fatten up the kick and snare. Makes you bass player, you lock in a little tighter, the groove's a little better, a little deeper. So a little trigger on the kick and snare, 2 lines out to the PA, and you've got that going on.
Very nice.
Also, with the extra pads and stuff, you can trigger loops, vocals, special effects, things of that nature.
Exactly, I do that myself, so I do know all about that.
Exactly, and lots of guys are doing that. You can't go to a big venue concert without seeing somebody triggering. It's what guys are doing.
Well, you know, and you have to be on top of the curve, or well, we'll just leave it there.
Exactly. So then we'll come over, we'll go to Stage Custom, and we'll wrap it up with this. What we did with Stage Custom Birch, you know, Stage Custom has kind of been the class of its sort of class, you know, for years. So what we did is we made some significant upgrades. We shrunk the toms down to what we call our jazz size for a wider dynamic range. We've got zinc die-cast bass drum claws, a thicker 8-ply bass drum. The toms are still 6-ply, but we're using thicker plies. We found that with the oak kit, that if we thickened up the plies, we got a richer sound out of the oak. Same thing with the birch. The thicker plies, I'm not a physicist, but for some reason, they richen the sound of the birch, give it more warmth and punch to it.
Okay.
10-lug snare drum. So we upgraded all that. We kept the price the same. So, and then the last thing we did is we kept the 4 most popular finishes, the cranberry red, honey amber, natural wood, and the raven black, but then we added the pure white.
Oh, that's nice.
Well, for schools in the worship market in the U.S., they've really been screaming for a really high quality, affordable white drum set.
Okay.
We gave it to them. Lacquer finish, just flawless, beautiful finish, reliable hardware.
Well, it's Yamaha, so, you know,
Exactly.
you really don't need to say anything more. And I mean, myself in our studio, my electronic kit is a Yamaha kit. There are others out there, but again, I like going with the best I could get, and a company I know when I buy it, I'm not going to have issues.
There you go.
No one likes issues.
Well, you know, it's, you know, the quality is there, the look is there, the sound is there.
So on something like this for schools and markets, price point?
You can buy it just as a shell pack by itself. Street price is $649.
That's a nice number.
You can get it with our medium bulletproof 700 series hardware, $949. You can get it at $899 with double braced 600 series hardware. So we've got several different pricing options that you can get as well. So you can mix and match hardware packs. And for the internet buyer, the whole 5-piece drum set ships in one box.
Oh, well, see, that's the best thing there, because you're making out on shipping now. You're not getting
Exactly.
killed with a ton of boxes. Custom stuff. Obviously, Yamaha still is doing custom stuff, correct?
We do some, but there's 2 ways of looking at it. You can let someone who's never designed drums before design a drum set. You can slap your name on it, put it out there, cross your fingers and hope it sounds good. Or you can do what Yamaha does. We use years and years of research. We decide what we want a Yamaha drum to sound like. That's what we make.
Now, I mean finish-wise and stuff. Though you know, certain kits you said only have certain finishes, but obviously, certain ways. If I needed some custom done, or would that be something
We
that?
don't really do custom finishes.
Okay.
You know? You can't be everything to everyone, you know. And when you look at developing a finish for Yamaha, there again, everything is a process. Whereas they don't just make a finish; they make it a bunch of times to make sure it's consistent, and they can do it the same over and over and over again. It's just not cost effective for us. It's like some guy wants, you know, a special one-off color to try and mix that up, and you're doing several different mixes. Did it, you know, and you get it right? Well, it's not quite right. It needs a little more green or a little more blue or whatever. Back and forth. That's just not our forte.
I could understand that too. I mean, maybe for a guitar or a bass, it might be a little easier. You know, versus trying to get with the kit and.
Well, the other thing you have to consider too is when you're doing custom finishes and some stuff like that, you always have to mix up more product than it's going to take to paint it. And now you've got a paint that you have to try and get rid of, and that's not really the most earth-friendly thing.
I could give you that.
When you look at Yamaha as a company and the Japanese as a culture, they're very earth-friendly. And even carrying over, because as it's widely known, our absolutes, our live custom and our high-end product is now made in a Yamaha factory in Shaoshan, China. But you could take that factory, it's so green that we could actually operate that factory in the state of California.
Oh, that's nice. I like that.
The water recycling rate is over 95%. So we've really taken the whole Yamaha, our culture, and really put that into the new factory.
No, that's a great way of thinking and way of being. So I like that.
Well, I'm hoping to, put a few more years in on this earth, so we want to kind of keep it livable.
Well, that's nice. Well, Jim, I appreciate everything. We saw a lot of great stuff, things I know people are going to like. I definitely like that hybrid situation because it gives you the best of both worlds.
Oh yeah, it's great. It's cool.
But again, thanks with everything.
My pleasure.
And I can't wait to see some of our friends playing some of this new stuff out there. Yamaha.
Well, the absolute hybrid maple shipping in February.
Nice.
New stage custom birch. We already have kits on the water, on the way.
Perfect. And the hybrid situation, we could pick that up right now as well?
That kit, well, all the electronics are current. So you can grab that stuff now, put it on your existing Yamaha kit.
Okay.
And then the hybrid maple kit, you can add those in February.
Okay, well there you go. You have all the information. Remember, just go to Yamaha's site. There's links right down here, so it's a click away.
There you go.
I appreciate everything, Jim.
Pleasure.
Thank you again.
Great day.
Buzz TV, we're out of here, guys. Be right here, Buzz TV. We're back at one of our favorite places, IK Multimedia. Talking with Peter, and I hear you have some new stuff, like the iRing.
Yes, we have iRing, we have iRig Mic HD that we've debuted here at NAMM 2014.
Great, well, we're going to go look at some of that stuff, but before we get into it, I will share you a little surprise. We met Star last year, really good stuff.
Yes.
Now, what Buzz TV is about, we find the unsigned artists all over the country, and actually the world, and we give them a little bit of some love. We mix it with some A-list guys and some gear. Sin Quern, Metal Sanaz, turned us on to a kid named Mohammed. What's up, Mohammed? You're getting the love.
Nice.
Guy lives in Iran.
Oh, wow.
Great little player, young cat, about 20. Because of politics, which I don't care about, it's not my deal.
Fair enough.
They cannot get anything in that country. You know, the embargoes and all that. We hooked him up, got him an Ibanez guitar, sent him an iPhone loaded with the iRig gear on it.
Oh, very
so,
nice.
So he's able to actually use the tone bank. We set him up with the full recording studio.
Wow.
This got over to this kid in Iran. And I told Star about it. It's like, they don't know about this stuff. So IK has a presence in Iran now.
Nice.
And the more he does, we get the media, we'll make sure you get it too.
Yeah,
because
send
again,
it over and we will.
We want to make sure you have it.
And,
Because, again, I love the product.
oh, yeah. Excellent.
For a player to have my rig in my pocket, let alone I pick up an iLoud, plus I own the HD iRig.
There you go.
Little bag, I'm ready to go.
Exactly.
Well, let's take a walk, show me some of the new stuff. I
All
heard
right.
there's actually iRing stuff, a wearable product.
I hope I have them.
Perfect.
Yep, we can go over to
So
iRig.
let's take a walk and go see what we have.
Just out of my pocket here. Okay, iRing is it's all about motion control. So we've got an app here, iRing Music Maker, that we're featuring. Although this isn't the only thing you can do. You can control, like we say, for all your music apps and more. So we have a music app, we're gonna work it into Groove Maker as well, Amplitude, Vocalize, all kinds of cool stuff. And we have this working here. But we also have an SDK for developers. They can contact us and they can work it into their gaming. They can work it into their health and fitness, and you'll see why. Because it's basically motion control, hands-free. You're not touching anything. You got the rings on, and you can do many cool things. So let's take a look at it.
I like that.
I mean, that's the proof is in the pudding, right?
Exactly.
All right, so we've got a groove concept here. Right now, you don't have to look at yourself when you do it. There's a grid. You've got different types of grooves here that you'll see in a minute, but I'm going to look at it. It'll help us out a little bit. So let's hit play. We got something here. So I'm going to need to get into the camera view. And as soon as I go here, I randomize these, making a nice little. Let me turn this up a little bit. Hopefully the sound police don't get us here, but we won't go over 85 dB. I put my hand in the field. I randomize the grooves. Wait till I get something I like. I don't like that one. Right there. So I'm going to lock them in. If I want to change one, I can do that too. That's a little better. So when I put my hand in, I get closer. I'm adding, I'll get out of the view. I'm adding any of these grooves. And as I come back, I'm taking them out. So I'm going to take us down to just the kick drum there, really. And what do? Let's do a little bit of a filter. Now this is where the other hand comes in. I go into the field of view and I've got the filter. But yeah, I want to get a little more. So I'm controlling these both at the same time. I'm adding and subtracting grooves, and I'm changing the filter.
Now here's a question I have.
Surely.
As you were saying earlier, this works with all the applications. Not that we have it up. How would I use something like this with amplitude?
Well, it's going to work with our, it's not out yet. So
Okay.
We're going to work it into our, you can do different things. Since it transmits MIDI,
Right.
we're transmitting MIDI via, motion control, or we're translating it. You can do anything like in Amplitude, you can turn off effects with MIDI. You can control different things. Like I watched Sample Tank, as a matter of fact, our keyboard product. I watched our developer working with that. He was playing notes, he was changing filters like that, but
Right.
all kinds of stuff. So you can do any stuff that's MIDI capable.
Very nice.
Great. I mean, just like I mentioned about the SDK. You've got the SDK, a developer can pick it up. It could be someone who has like an effects type of app, or it can be someone who has like a game where you can play. Like, let me see if we have it on here. Well, first let me show you. We've got some other things. We can actually play leads here. And I can play almost as fast as Jordan Rudess or somebody like this. Not with my real fingers, but I can do it with the iRing. And we love Jordan, by the way, and I'm sure he'll get on this too. So we've got that app. Let's see, we've got. Now, here is an example of gaming. A classic video game, which I will not mention here. We don't have the ball here for some reason.
Well, you can imagine it. That's all that matters.
Yeah, I'll tap that. Let me get that again. Here we go.
There you go.
And it's very hard to play against yourself. And see, we coded it so it doesn't go back, because I would lose a lot. And I paid him $20 to make it so I would never lose. Sorry, you stay in the camera angle here, you see?
Well, I like that. I got to find someone that could make me never lose.
Yeah. In life or no?
Well, or just a video game. I'll take a cheat.
Exactly. Well, you can find those online.
That is true.
Yeah, I'm playing a little Pong. Oops, I didn't say it. I play a little...
Well, you know what? Something I like about it is that it's going to be open to other developers.
Right.
It's upgradable, obviously, because it's going to be an open source, and that's a big deal. It's great to get something. It's great to have something new on top of the curve.
Right.
But that it's upgradable, it's updatable, which means tomorrow you're not done. It's not obsolete. And I love that with you guys.
Exactly.
So now,
trying to go forward.
Exactly. What else do we have new this year?
All right, let's go check out.
Because I hear, right, I was just going to say, I hear there's an iRig. No, I knew about that, so let's go have some fun. Excuse me, guys.
Right now we have iRig Mic HD. iRig Mic HD is the upgrade to, or the newer version of iRig Mic. iRig Mic is our microphone that plugged into your input-output jack on your iOS device. Now, iRig Mic HD, that's digital input. Right here we have a 30-pin input, but it will also have Lightning and USB.
Oh, nice.
So what that means is, you know it, no noise, no crosstalk, pure quality sound. So while people are very happy using iRig Mic, now this will be pristine. They can be in their car, they can be anywhere they plug in, and it'll be just clear, digital quality sound. So right now we're running it through Vocal Live, which is our vocal app. iRig Mic HD is so simple. It's a digital input, plugs right in, recognized, and then you can sing or do your podcast or do whatever you like with all these effects that you can add to it. It's a handheld mic, as you see, so same form factor.
And again, if you're using one of their other products, like maybe Amplitude, there you go, you mic right in, you cross it over, you have a vocal track, or you're micing, let's say, maybe a drum situation, because though the drummer in the app is nice,
Right.
there's things I can't get it to do, but I know I could tell my drummer, play that triple.
Exactly.
So
you can do that. You can mic up anything, like you said. I mean, we've mic'd with this version. We've mic'd up acoustic guitars, electric guitar amps, things like that. Yes, we make amplitude, but we really do play with real amps too.
Exactly.
Drums, like you said, we did like a one mic setup with drums that sounded great. And with this, again, no noise, very high quality, pristine sound.
Is the product available right now?
No, we will be coming out with that later. We'll be coming out with that later. We are working on it right now. We just announced it here, first time at NAMM, and it's been long awaited. So we're going to get that out to you as fast as we can.
Perfect. And that is why you did not see us visit IK at CES, because it's more fun to come talk to them here.
Oh, come on! This is NAMM.
Exactly. Price point.
That's a good question. I'll have to get back to you on that price point
okay.
right now.
Now, the eye rings themselves, available now?
They'll be available very soon, probably around, they'll be available this quarter, and they'll be around $25.
And when I get those, is it like one per, or is it a 2-pack? Or?
You get a pair, you can get them in different colors. I don't even remember which colors I had on my fingers, but we have the green and the white here. I don't remember if we have the silver around, but I would have showed you those. But we've got those colors that'll be available, and we will have our apps and hopefully a slew of other apps through the SDK that you can use iRing with.
Perfect. We'll be getting our hands on some. Again, the price point on those are amazingly low, which is nice. What you'll be able to do with them. And as soon as I get myself a pair when they're on sale, we'll be doing a nice little demo to show you exactly some other ways to have some fun. Quick question, anything we might have left out? What do they need to know about IK that we didn't cover? Because we covered a lot of stuff last year, the iLouds, which are actually out, as they said, so grab yours.
That's what they need to know. iLoud is out. You can get it in major music retailers like Guitar Center. You can go hear it there. It's a little bit hard to hear anything here, but this really sounds loud, powerful, but clear. So this is something you can even mix with on the road. You can get a really clear sound, a really accurate sound, and it is loud. It goes up very, very, very loud. We can go much louder than even the NAMM Sound Police let us go. They 85 dB. That's peanuts.
Oh, I know. They love to come around and tell you to turn down, which is funny because as they're telling me it's too loud, I'm going,
yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
Now remember, links to everything are down here, so you'll have the IK site right to get to them. You can find them at major outlets, major retailers. Again, the iLouds are out. The iRig HD mic is coming soon. Same thing with the rings. So be sure to keep checking. We'll let you know when they're out as well. God, do we love the products.
Love you, man.
Peter, this was great. Buzz TV, IK Multimedia, one of the best places we love to come every year at NAMM. We're going to see you guys. We're running out and we're off. See ya. Be right here, Buzz TV, but we're doing something really, really fun for our friends Detroit Dungeon 2. I'm with the fabulous Miss Wendy. How you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, life is great. In fact, I love the weather. I just love the weather. So let's just dive right into it. I got a couple CDs. Tell me about the latest product and what's going on musically. And
my last record, it's called No One Can Stop Me, and it's produced by Kim Fowley, who put together the Runaways, and it's going to be in stores in April, and I'm really excited because it's going to be the first time in my life that my records are in stores nationwide.
And what's something like this? Tell them, what should they expect when they, pop it in? Track one's going to come on. What are they expecting to hear?
It's a very feel-good CD, and it's a very empowering CD. It's the kind of CD that you want to pop in when you're getting ready to go party or something like that. You just want to get all pepped up and have a good time.
And what about being on the road? Do we have any tour plans? Where could we see you?
In July and August, I'm going to be touring with UFO, and before that, I'm going to be playing on March 13th at Webster Hall with the Janitorturers, and I'm going to be playing a couple dates in Florida with Vanilla Fudge on April 18th and 19th.
You know, that UFO thing just really sparked my interest, but that's because I am such a huge UFO fan.
Yay! Well, I actually just got off tour with them.
Really?
Yeah,
Very cool.
Thank you. I played with them in New York, Chicago, Akron, Ohio, and Houston.
Now, do you know the areas you're going to cover this time with them?
The West Coast mostly.
You know who's going to be shooting that? I think it would be me.
Yay!
So it's like, yeah, I'm definitely going to talk to Phil and the boys there, but just as much we want to get you. And in 3D, it's like, yeah, she's really that good looking. It's not tricks on the camera. It really is.
Oh, thank you.
So tell me about the band that you're going to be playing with. What's all about them? Who's in it? Anything special? And
Well, I'm very fortunate to have great musicians to play with. There's a band called Mad Libby out in Kansas City that I love being able to play with them on the road. They will often back me up.
right?
And there's other like session musicians that I like to play with.
So you kind of rotate them in and out when you need them, more or less?
Because like, you know, if I want to do a tour, I just kind of see who's available. And that way, if somebody isn't available, I could still do the tour. And I don't have to go, sorry, Johnny can't make it.
Yeah, I know how that goes. Some people don't like living up to commitments, and then there's some people that are really good, and when they have them, and I just
Right.
can't get away. Kind of like we had to go to Minnesota Friday, so I know about that commitment thing. 0 degrees back to here.
0 degrees.
I would have loved to say no, but commitments are commitments.
That's right.
Detroit Dungeon.
I love Detroit Dungeon.
So-
I love you, Detroit Dungeon.
I don't know the story. Tell me, what's they love you, and
Oh,
you
thank
love
you.
them. What's the affiliation? Besides just being good friends?
I'm not sure. I think just like mutual friends. I've come through Detroit a lot.
Right.
I actually used to be on a Popular Music Live.
Okay.
Which is out of Detroit, a booking agency, and I've done a lot of work with the band Sponge.
Right.
And I've done a lot of recording with at the Loft with Vinny and Tim from Sponge. Vinny playing drums and Tim playing bass. Modern Drummer says that Vinny is one of the best drummers ever.
It's nice when you get that kind of a label. It's
great.
I was dealing with another Vinny yesterday, Paul.
Oh.
So that's another living legend, because Vinny's just amazing as well. But
And Vinny Moore.
yeah, but he's not a drummer.
That's true.
But you get to play with the legend, when you're with UFO, and that's another reason why I love those guys. Somehow they lose a huge piece because of things happen in life.
That's true.
And then you get another guitar player like Vinny Moore that steps in.
Vinny Moore is so cool, and he's such a nice guy, and he's really, really, really great. I love him. And Slash. I've been like really, really privileged to have been like on the same stage as some really, really, really great guitar players.
And ones without big heads. That's the best part.
They really are. They're really humble, like down to earth, and like chill. I remember the first time I ever met Slash, he's all like, and keep in mind, me being a female, I'll get like a lot of kind of condescending attitudes from a lot of male guitar players. I just feel like it coming off of them. They don't think I know what I'm doing, but not Slash, man. I really felt like a lot of respect just right off the bat. And he's like, "What kind of guitar do you play?" I just freaked out.
Well, you know what it is? It's when someone sees you play versus they get a picture, they form an image. But
that was before he ever saw me play.
Oh, well, see, then that's
just
really
did.
impressive, because a lot of times,
No judgment whatsoever. He's really great. Actually, I remember I opened up for Slash the first night. I was supposed to talk to him after the show. I didn't get to talk to him. They had to whisk him away and bring him to the next show. So the next day, it was the next show. It was sound check. I was getting ready. Slash walked in. Hey, Slash, he just walked right past me. And I was like, maybe he's having a bad day. I tried to just kind of hide in the corner and just do my thing. Then after his sound check, I hear from the stage, "Wendy! Wendy!" And I look up, and there's Slash. Now, keep in mind, his whole band was there, his whole crew was there, everybody who worked at the club, all the other bands that were opening up for him. He was like, "Wendy!" And I was just like, oh my God, is this really happening? And I walked up, and he came down off the stage, and there's this barricade there. He's trying to get around the barricade. It was all awkward. I was in shock. We gave each other a hug. It was so awkward. He grabs me by the shoulders, and he was like, "I watched every minute of your set last night, and it was great." And I pretty much had to change my underwear because it was flash.
I've had those days. I know where you're coming from. But see, that's amazing.
Thank
The
you.
thing is, like I say, when they see you play, they see talent, and they know it's there versus it's a pretty face, it's a look, it's a gimmick. We're selling this angle or that angle. And you know when you see it, you know when you hear it, she's for real. It's not one of those things that are made up to last, a year or two, and we'll pull the next one out.
Thank you.
You're going to see this girl around. You'll definitely see some live stuff with Buzz TV soon. You're definitely going to see it on the Dungeon, so it's crossing everywhere. And, just a couple months, we're going to see Miss Wendy. Oh, yeah, we'll have UFO, too. But we're going to see Miss Wendy.
Yay.
A lot of fun. We'll have some music. In fact, when this thing's wrapped up, we'll have this thing rolling in the credits. We'll have a couple songs playing underneath this whole thing. So you're going to actually know what she sounds like, links to all that stuff. And in fact, where do we find you?
www.thefabulousmisswendy.com.
And iTunes?
iTunes.com/thefabulousmisswendy. If you do a search on iTunes, you'll find all of my records.
Right, so we can get you there. Reverb Nation has you, CD Baby, all that stuff, correct?
Everything, yeah.
So if you know where to shop, you'll find her. There is a link to her website. We'll find the iTunes one and throw that there. We'll give you the Facebook stuff. So you'll have a bunch of things down here to click on. Get right to her. Find the music you like. And you know what? I know she's the kind of girl, when you find the right button that gets to the contact in the info, she'll read what you send. She will talk back to you. Be part of that lovely circle. And when she's in your town, you make sure you come see that show.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, no, it was more than a pleasure. I'm sorry it took us till day 4 to catch up with you, but we caught up with you, and that's really what's important.
Oh, thanks again.
It's okay, sweetie. We got to run. We have to hit that John Lennon Magic Bus, and then, believe it or not, Justin and I are going to play at Disneyland. So for now, Buzz TV, the fabulous Miss Wendy, Detroit Dungeon, we are off. See you guys.